What's going on? I am here in my van. Now, the lights on in this van are not the RV lights. It's the vehicle lights, the extras. So just so you're wondering, I don't have power to the van yet. Still don't have that battery. I spoke to the guy yesterday. Today he was supposed to have, and I don't think they did. Apparently, he said I can't find anything wrong with it. I got it fully charged. We've charged and discharged this thing several times and tested it. I don't know what it could be. So they're sending my battery back to me. Dear God. So he did give some words of promise that what it could be, and may not be a major problem, is that the battery has been sitting with very low loads on it, like the fans and stuff. But the AC was running at 27 amps DC, which is kind of a heavy load for it. But he said from time to time, turn the inverter on and run the microwave and just put a load on it and just get it to where it's working. Because sometimes it'll just power off or reset or go into like a hibernation type thing. And another thing it could be is something in my system here. It could be the charge controller. It could be some connection. So I'm going to go through after I get done finishing what I'm doing over here at some point. I'm going to just go and make sure everything's tight and check my fuse panel, make sure there's nothing loose or something going on with that. I'm just going to check things, and make sure that maybe the battery monitoring system just randomly doesn't like something. But the problem is it always went out at one particular point in the power drop of that battery, right around 155 amp hours. So I'll figure that out. So far as I know, the battery's coming back to me. So anyway, the van's a mess. If you can't see, I've got to go through, get all straightened back up clean. But I've got to finish touching up the polyurethane for the counters. If you can see the bench, it looks streaky. I've got to finish all that. So we're going to do that. We're going to get the polyurethane done, get the bench done. I've got to finish one more coat on the tray that the refrigerator goes in down here. Put it back in there. I found a company for the cushions for this bench. It's called customcushions.com. Now, I'm going to try to Google more and find out more reviews on it if I can, make sure that we're kosher with that. Seem to be a good company. They're out of California. And I figured it's going to be like a silver type material, which is kind of cool. That would be very good cushions, about 2 or 3 inches, nothing major. Velcro will hold this and snap fit buttons, and it'll look cool. Like a gray or a silver would be fine. It'll match this, but that may not always be there. But it's a good color for white, neutral, something brighter. I could very easily do black, but I just don't want to do that. I think the silver or gray would be much better. The curtain looks a lot better. I've gotten everything set to where I want it with that deal. I think it's fantastic. I got one more little piece of bottom Velcro to put right along in here, but I think we're good other than that. Get the cushions in here, all that done, get the power back in. Next on the agenda is to try to figure out, and what I didn't do, I messed up on is the old drawer front. I didn't drill into it to get knobs put into it, to check it and see if it doesn't mess with this. I've got to get some handles put on here, and we'll do that for that, and that. That's really the only handles I need. I don't really want to overdo it. But we're going to get up under the bed here and try to maximize my storage space. Try to get little racks or spaces to put the table and chairs, to put my sleeping bag when I need it. And, I tell you, once I get all this, I'm going to get a lagoon mount. I think I got to figure out where I'm going to mount it, though. That's the problem with the lagoon mount, but we're going to get that. Is that I'm not in frigid temps, but I thought about, what about a heating source in here? And I don't know what to do about that either. So a lot of people use these gasoline or diesel heaters, and they have their own tanks and different contraptions in the van, but I just don't want to do that. If it's just, there's a safety aspect about that. And this van is brand new, I'll avoid a warranty or screw something up if I tie it into the fuel line. I mean, if it's professionally done, someone knows what they're doing, it can be done. I'm not worried about that. Upfitters do it all the time, and people, so I'm not too worried about that. But I'm kind of trying to figure out on this Thetford curve here as to I don't want to go all the way far back with that. That seems like a pretty cool place to put the toilet, but I don't know if that's what I want to do. What I might do is see if there's a tray for it and I can slide it in out from under the bed like I did. When I optimize my storage, I'll be able to get that taken care of. So just a little something I didn't ultimately consider on that deal. So we're going to optimize storage here. I'm going to go through all my clothing storage here and do a lot of things and change some things. And this shelf here is cool as can be, but it's screaming something of, I've got storage here, but I'm hoping I'm not wasting space with storage, and I don't think that I am. I've got to figure that out big time, you know. Sometimes you start thinking about, this is the thing about building these vans, guys. You'll build it and you'll start thinking, maybe I should have done this, or maybe there's too much space taken up with that, or blah, 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 you know. It's a whole part of this that I was told it would come, and I'm fine. And like, you know, I had this thing where maybe the sink was too big, which I think it may have been a little too big, but that's okay. When I bought it, it wasn't supposed to be this big. It didn't look that big in the picture, but that's okay. It's a cool sink. So the faucet's very cool. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with it, you know. I think it's a great sink. They got extra counter space where that covers. A lot of things you can do. I've got an induction cooktop in here I can bring up. You can cook in here with that. I've got not a propane, but a butane stove if I want to cook with that, which I need to get a bunch of those butane containers. Those butane stoves are very cool if you want to cook that route with it. Like I said, a couple things I didn't do when I was at IKEA in Charlotte. I didn't get a couple small, like a frying pan, a little pot for the induction cooktop. I can't talk, my bad. But I can find those. I mean, if you get a pot where a magnet sticks to it, magnetic pots will work great for induction. I mean, in fact, they say a iron skillet would cook on an induction. If a magnet sticks to it. Now, I've never done that, but who's to say? But anyway, I've got to take care of the surface up here, make sure no moisture hits it. I forgot about that. I can cover something, but doing something with this where I can change this up might be kind of cool. And just, there's options, there's things to do. More overhead storage somewhere might be kind of cool. You never know. Other than that, it's a great van, and I've put some serious hours in this thing. It really is cool. I love it. I just want to do some more traveling in it before I decide to do something else if I want to. I might just decide to stay in this. You never know. But be it that it may, that's where I'm at with this. The battery's on its way back at some point. I don't think it's left Reno, Nevada yet, but it will. And we will get that in here and figure that out. I got to get my bilge hose put back in, and I showed you that the other day. That's another thing we're going to put on. So it's just a list of things, a little checklist of things to get done in here. And I want to get back and sleep in my own bed here. That's what I miss too. So that's okay. That will come. Indeed it will, my friends. So anyway, until something else comes along, I will catch you guys later. And as you know, when something cool comes along, or whatever it may be, I'll cut you in on it. You know that. Thank you again for watching, and have a great evening, day, morning, whatever time of the day it is, where you're at. And we'll catch you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.